So there's a small YouTube channel named YouTube, and I made a little video a little ways back where basically I just talked about the adult content epidemic on YouTube and how all these inappropriate content creators just started flocking over to YouTube like a flock of geese migrating to the winter. And since then, that video's gained quite a lot of views, and since one of my day one's brewer moment decided to push me over the finish line into making a part 2, I will do exactly just that. So thank you, Brewer Moment. I really appreciate your support and the support you've given to this community. I really appreciate it. But anyways, Brewer Moment isn't the only reason why I wanted to make this video. I've been sitting on this video idea for quite a while now, but what really cemented it besides Brewer Moment was our glorious king, August the Duck, who has made a video that has been confirming my worst fears on the epidemic in YouTube. And last time I covered content creators making inappropriate thumbnails, making inappropriate content, drawing inappropriate things, etc. If you don't want to watch the video, that's fine. You're not missing out on much. I'll give you the TLDR in a moment. And I'm just setting the stage before I get right into the video. And before we continue, please do not go harassing the people mentioned in my videos. Everything I say here is just my opinion. There are no facts here. I don't know the inner processes of YouTube. I am not a professional by any means. These are just my personal rants that I'm just throwing out into the public that I'm making based on my personal experiences. And this video is more of a YouTube Yelp review more than anything else. So for you to harass the people mentioned in my video just based on my opinion, that can be interpreted in many different ways, by the way, that makes you a douchebag. Just sit back, relax, digest what I have to say, and if you don't agree with me, that's fine. I do not care. Keep it civil and just tell me your take in the comment section. Be nice about it, explain your opinions and stuff like that. I'll be chill with it. Everyone in my community is chill, as long as you aren't a douchebag, and that's it. And another thing is that if I somehow die of an unknown cause, just know that I am not suicidal. I swear honest to God on my soul that I would never actually do some soup of slide. And before we continue, also huge thank you to Matsu, one of my Discord mods, for drawing my thumbnail after trying out the ChatGPT AI thumbnail thing. That didn't really go over so well because I realized that people didn't really like that, so I just took it down. But anyways, thank you to Matsu for making this thumbnail. I really appreciate it. He's not getting paid. He's only getting paid in clout, so please go check out his channel or something like that. I don't really know, but thank you very much, Matsu. I really appreciate it. So with that being said, let's begin. First, I want to start off with a recap to part 1 for anyone who doesn't really want to watch the video, but TLDR, there's a few undetected OnlyFans models allegedly advertising their content through YouTube Shorts, YouTube's biggest content creators clickbaiting inappropriate content, especially with Brent Rivera allegedly and seemingly, in my humble opinion, sexualizing his sister through absolute artworks such as these, and Rith with his inappropriate thumbnails. Obviously, I've already went on a crusade about this, and YouTube ads being a field of science that has yet to be officially recognized by the STEM community, a small YouTube channel named Banny Rolls having stupid experiences with YouTube moderation, which happened again, but we'll get to that in a bit, and I briefly went over why although parents should be parenting, they should not be held entirely accountable because YouTube is a company responsible for all the product it pitches. And that's pretty much the recap. Go watch the video if that wasn't really enough for you. Now, the new thing that I want to talk about is this trend of transparent clothing try-ons. Yes, I know this isn't you. No, I'm not going to talk about this. I'm starting to notice a trend in transparent clothing try-ons, and our glorious king, August the Duck, also made a video on this, but I really want to talk about how bad it's gotten since his video. His video basically talks about people in transparent clothing just cleaning, which I think is pretty genius of these degenerates because somehow this AI clanker YouTube hired to moderate the biggest video sharing platform thinks that transparent clothes cleaning is just doing your laundry. And that's August's video. If you want to check it out, you should go check it out. However, there's now a new thing where apparently so many people are generating AI pictures of women in transparent clothes, and in the end, if you actually click on one of those, it's just someone recording their bedroom, and that's it. Yeah, it's a good thing they're not actively posting that type of content, but I'd prefer it if they went without generating AI thumbnails that look pretty provocative, in my humble opinion. Maybe if YouTube actually hired some real moderation instead of this overworked clanker AI, their report system might actually work for once in their goddamn life. Speaking of people who do haul try-ons or whatever, let's talk about this trend that to my knowledge has died down, but it's more of a silent assassin than anything. Are these YouTube shorts of these women that, for I'd say like about 0.4-0.5 seconds, have some sort of picture of themselves in like a bikini or something like that, and the rest of it is just like them on their bed. And it's clearly meant to be like some sort of weird, provocative content, and is a pretty decently sized issue as far as I'm concerned. Those videos are still up, by the way, I think. And even if they aren't a huge problem now, they were a huge problem back in the day. The pieces of content still exist and are currently not removed. And on top of that, this clanker known as YouTube moderation is still not dealing with these bits of content. Oh, maybe perhaps the AI is not capable of detecting certain bits of content real quick, you know? I'm starting to come to this conclusion based on my experience with my removed Baba video, which I will not stop mentioning until I see some sort of crackdown on YouTube moderation in terms of this content, or until that video is restored. This is just absolutely ridiculous. People should not have to advertise their OnlyFans on a website whose whole purpose is to be a platform that's just regular entertainment. None of this stuff should be on YouTube in the first place. It's even against their terms and policies, but they don't enforce that because there's no real humans behind moderation, in my opinion. I haven't seen any evidence of humans behind moderation whatsoever. It's probably just like some guy moderating the AI itself to make sure that the AI doesn't go rogue and like hack YouTube or something like that. That's what I think, because I haven't seen a single bit of evidence that shows that there's actual real human beings behind YouTube moderation. And let's just say that I'm wrong, which sure, I can admit, I'm a little bit more conservative on these things when it comes to adult content. I personally believe that people should not advertise their adult content on the platform. But let's just allow people to do that for a moment, because that's not really far off from the truth. That's not really far off from what's happening, judging from the YouTube's clankers choices. I do not want lust coming to this platform. I firmly believe, and this is an unwavering belief of mine, that we should not mix provocative content with regular content. That is just such a weird thing to be doing. There's a time and place for that, and everyone's time and place is different depending on their libido, certain interests, whatever. But that should be on a platform dedicated to that stuff, like for example Tumblr or X. I know X isn't really a corn site, but it really does sound like one, huh? But anyways, there's a time and place for these things, and YouTube is not one of those places or times. And I think that the major social media platforms, or majority of social media platforms, sorry, I like malfunctioned right there for a moment, but they're all slowly walking towards the edge of a cliff. Because I'm starting to notice more and more blatantly sexual content that is being put on mainstream media that is just not getting removed for some reason. The worst part about it is that YouTube silences people for talking about it. Just the simple act of talking about it actually just obliterates the person just calling this out. One example of this is Banny Rolls. Again, I know that I had her featured in the last video, but she's had way too many videos being taken down because she's calling out this type of stuff. Look at these screenshots. This is absolute absurdity. This is BS. I'm not even joking. She shouldn't even be demonetized. My video should not have been removed, but like, I don't understand my video being removed. Her being demonetized just makes no sense at all. We're calling out the content. We're literally saying this is bad content. And as far as I know, I haven't seen the video that Banny made, but I would assume that she would at least censor it so that way she doesn't make herself a hypocrite. And even then, let's just say that Banny is like the devil herself, or himself, I don't know, maybe Banny Rolls is just Lucifer. How is my Baba video getting removed when I was censoring everything? I'm not even joking. The part that YouTube cited as the inappropriate part that was allegedly putting kids in danger was literally just Minecraft gameplay. I guess my netherite armor was literally too strong because this makes no sense at all. How is YouTube moderation just being absolutely stupid? I don't understand this at all. Because what I'm assuming the YouTube moderation AI clanker does is it scans the transcripts and then it tries to see what keywords there are, if there's any variations of certain words that should not be on YouTube. And then they just do that, and that's it. Half the time the report system doesn't even work, and on top of that, we're calling it out and we're getting punished for calling it out. We're getting punished for trying to help YouTube. Another silly salamander looking part about this whole debacle is that when I was trying to look up whether or not promoting your OnlyFans is actually against YouTube terms of service, like, oh, thou shalt not promote OnlyFans on YouTube or whatever, there were so many videos near the top of the search results with videos like YouTube is promoting OnlyFans, and how to promote your OnlyFans on YouTube, and NSFW content is taking over YouTube, and how to promote OnlyFans on Blue Sky, all on YouTube. And it's kind of freaking wild because Google owns YouTube and promotes YouTube services to get their bread up, but I'm surprised Google isn't even trying to hide these videos. I really want to pin the blame on Linktree, but I don't think it's a Linktree problem because that's the whole point of Linktree. It's to have links on there to make a goddamn forest made of code. But it's more of a problem for YouTube since they don't seem to check link trees. If anything, I actually think that YouTube's lack of scanning people's link trees are actually pretty concerning. Again, I'm not entirely sure about YouTube's policies, procedures, protocols, whatever in regards to the security on links to external websites, nor am I really sure on how link trees check their websites to make sure that, the websites being linked through their services are not illegal. But I genuinely feel like if YouTube AI moderation would start scanning these link trees, there'd be such a reduction in OnlyFans models advertising on a platform that is not meant to harbor these things. It would legitimately just benefit YouTube at this point if they just upgraded the AI or at least started training the AI. Speaking of which, isn't the clanker supposed to be more efficient at scanning for bots? I mentioned the existence of bots advertising OnlyFans and having their likes botted in order to be the top comment on YouTube channels or whatever, something like that in my previous video. But I now just realized that YouTube's clanker bot isn't even actually more efficient than a regular human being just doom scrolling the internet. I don't know, I mean, I've have the AI scan for bots that are frequently commenting and having a drastic increase in likes that drive it up where it's having the numbers look like Haktua coin pre-rug pull in order to promote an OnlyFans. Maybe check those types of bots. And there's a huge botting problem on YouTube, but I'm mainly focusing on the bots that are promoting OnlyFans because those things are absolutely insane. I don't even know how YouTube has been able to allow this for so long. And I'm not robophobic or anything, but someone's got to put that clanker in its place. It's literally not doing its job, and it's consuming valuable resources that could be put towards other things. At least make it do its job. If you're going to pay it, then pay it well, I don't know, pay it in data or something like that. Two birds with one stone. You actually pay the AI, and the AI benefits. I don't know, just do something about this really bad, dookie YouTube moderation. So yeah, I mean, that's about it. That's all I really got to say. Overall, YouTube moderation is pretty much just another white coloring pencil in the 36 pack. There's a huge problem with YouTube moderation in terms of what I believe to be sexual content, which has led to YouTube harboring a bunch of sexual content that may or may not be old, but there's still a persisting existence of it, therefore I will complain about it. And on top of that, YouTube moderation still sucks. And that's pretty much the only thing that I really have to say about the YouTube adult content epidemic. I'll just leave it at that. And maybe I'll make a part 3 if there's any new trends or any new huge drama on YouTube. Maybe, I don't know, YouTube actually contacts me, which fat chance there. But I don't think YouTube's gonna contact me. But anyways, that's about it. That's all I really gotta say. I hope y'all have a good day. And bye.